In a small village called Umoko, there lived a young man named Joshua. He was different from other boys. He did not talk much. He did not fight. He did not choose girls or go to the market to shed price like the others. Joshua was quiet, but inside his silence, there was a fire. He had lost his parents when he was just 10 years old. His uncle took him in, but not with love. Joshua was treated like a servant. He swept, fetched water, and cooked. While his cousins went to school, Joshua stayed home and worked. People laughed at him. Some said, "That boy is cursed." Others said, "He's too slow." But Joshua did not reply. He kept walking. He kept thinking. One day, as he walked past the village square, he stood. The children were laughing inside. A teacher was drawing on the blackboard. Joshua's heart is broken. "I want to learn too," he whispered to himself. That night, after everyone slept, Joshua found an old book in the dustbin. He cleaned it and began to read by the moonlight. He did not understand all the words, but he kept trying. Every night, he taught himself something new. Years passed. By the time Joshua turned 18 years, he could read and write better than most people in the village. He saved small coins he got from doing odd jobs, fetching firewood, helping at the farm, carrying loads. He saved for years. At 21 years, he left Umoko. He walked to the city, slept in church, worked as a cleaner, and continued learning. A kind pastor noticed him and paid his school fees for evening classes. Joshua studied hard. He did not waste time. While others were planting, Joshua was reading. He passed his exams and got a school scholarship. He went to a teacher training school. By 26 years, Joshua was a qualified teacher, but he did not stay in the city like others. He returned to Umuoko. The village had no chance. Children still learning. Many parents had no money for school. Some buildings were broken. Joshua walked to the old farmland his late father had owned. He cleaned the land himself. He borrowed tools and started building a small school. At first, people laughed. What is this foolish boy doing? He does not even have money. Who come to his school? But Joshua did not stop. He built two classrooms using mold blocks. He made bench from fallen trees. He wrote on the walls with chalk. He printed small flyers and moved from house to class. Your child can learn here, he said. It is free. At first, only 5 children came, but Joshua taught them with love. He gave them books. He bought with his small saving. He even cooked for them. The children loved him. They started telling their friends. Soon the number became 20, then 50, then 80. People began to see the changes. Joshua schools, which he named Hope Light Academy, became the heart of the village. Children he once ran the street now had books, uniforms, and a future. He made sure the school had not just classroom but also a library, a water tank, and toilet. For many villagers, this was the first time they saw a real school. Joshua was only 28 years, but he was now one of the most respected people in Umoko. He never built a big house for himself. He lived in a small room behind the school. When asked why, he simply said, "I did not build this house or this school to show off. I built it to help." One day, a group of boys from a nearby village came to the school. They had walked 3 hours just to ask if they could attend Hope Light Academy. They were all orphans. Joshua looked at them, dirty clothes, no sandals, hungry eyes, but he saw himself in them. He smiled. "You are welcome," he said. "You will not pay school fees. You will be given uniforms, books, bags, and food." The boys knelt down and cried. Soon more children came from nearby villages. Hope Light Academy grew. Joshua employed teachers and cooks and even training some of the youth in carpenters. But with growth came problems. One day, some corrupt village leaders came to him and said, "Joshua, this school is now popular. We want to take over it. You can be a teacher, but the land belongs to us." Joshua was silent. They continued, "We will collect money from the parents who will bring our own people. This school is not a business." Joshua looked at them and said, "This school was built for the poor. I will never turn it into a place of greed." The men got angry. They tried to bring troublemakers to disturb the school. They even spread lies that Joshua was using the children for rituals. But the villagers stood up for him. One old woman shouted, "Joshua is not a ritualist. He gave my grandson free education. Where were you? People, where were you suffering?" Others joined. The school parents, the market women, the carpenters all stood behind Joshua. The leaders had no choice but to leave him alone. But the attack made Joshua think he needed to protect the school. He raised it officially with the government. He created a board of trustless made up of trust elders and teachers. That way, no one could ever take the school away from the community again. Later that year, something happened that shocked everyone. A young man named Ebuka, who was once a state boy, came back to a village wearing a suit. He entered Joshua's office and knelt down. "Sir," he said, "you changed my life. I now work in the city as a teacher. You gave me education when no one else would. I have come to say thank you." Joshua hugged him. "You don't owe me thanks," he said. "Just do the same for others." Ebuka smiled. "That's why I'm here. I want to donate computers to the school." The next week, Ebuka brought 5 used laptops. For the first time, children in Umoko learned how to type and use a mouse. Joshua started a new dream. He wanted to build a computer center for the village youth. He wrote letters, applied for small grants, and reached out the kind-hearted people. Bit by bit, help came. One day later, Hope Light's ICT center opened. It had 10 computers, solar power, and internet. Now, every young farmer came to check the price of goods online. The village started challenging. But one evening, something strange happened. Joshua returned from a school trip with students and found his small house on fire. It was dark. People gathering and tried to pour water, but it was too late. Everything was gone. His book, his clothes, his certificates. Joshua stood still, watching the fire. Someone said, "This must be the work of those wicked elders." Another said, "Joshua, don't worry, we will help you." But Joshua smiled and said, "Let the fire burn my things. As long as the school is safe, I'm happy." That night, the village bought him food, clothes, and a mattress. A carpenter gave him wood. The youth helped build him a new home. Within 2 days, one boy said, "Sir, you have helped us